evening and good night to some of you. This is a very special broadcast, and of course, we must pray. And prayer we must, this very evening and always going forward. And I will pray in the language of heaven, because Chukwukika Biama is in control of all that we have been doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable zoological republic are set free. Chineke na nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwukika Biama onye na-efe na aja ha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla na ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe nye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị aka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị, nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee eziokwu mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwere anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbọgba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna n'ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị, wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta, onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na ọtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. Today, we are here once again to discuss about the things that are happening in the contraption called Nigeria, mainly in the southeastern part of Nigeria, Biafran land, and also the Ududua land and the Middle Belt, every part of that contraption called Nigeria. You know, that is what we talk about all the time on this very channel. We don't preach hate speech. We don't talk against people. We don't look down on people, but we bring out the information the way it is, setting the record straight. More importantly, making sure that the conventional media do not change the narratives. That is why I'm here all the time, and I will continue to be here until Biafra come. And even after Biafra have come, I will continue to be here to bring information to you. Thank you for joining. Today we are going to talk about the political cowardice in Biafra land. The political cowards, the political imposters, the political fraudulent men we have in Biafra land. They are the people we're going to talk about today. It is no longer a story that the people who are working even more than the Janjaweed are doing, even more than Britain are doing, to make sure that Biafra does not come, are the politicians. The politicians in Biafra land. The politicians in Biafra land have sold their soul to the devil, and so many of them have sworn that they will not allow Biafra to have come. They are still the same people who connived. When you look at it critically, they are still the same people who connived to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, sent him to Nigeria through extraordinary rendition. Today, they are making sure that he's not been released. They are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released. They see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a threat. They know that as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is outside and continue to speak, they cannot control anybody in Biafra land. That nobody in Biafra land will listen to them. That is why they want to shut his voice and make sure that people are not hearing his voice. But can they do that? They cannot succeed. They can't succeed. We are still hearing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on a daily basis. I personally, I hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu every day. And if you are sincere to yourself and you are a sincere follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will hear from him every now and again. He will tell you what to do, how to go about it, and the solution to the problem. They are so scared about him. The only man, when his name is being mentioned, every politician begins to run helter-skelter. Abuja is shut down. Everybody stands still. They stand still and they want to hear what he wants to say. Today, they are holding him in captivity. They think it's all about it. They think everything is over. It is just the beginning. If they have known what is about to happen, they would have not kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If the politicians in Biafra land knew what is about to happen, they would have not kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But eventually, Chukwukika Biama have orchestrated everything how it will be. and we are heading to Biafra very soon. Biafra will come. It doesn't matter what now you can begin to see the reason why they connived and kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, just to promote their evil agenda. Their 2023 election. The Igbo presidency that is dead on arrival. Igbo presidency that is dead on arrival. There is no sane person in Igbo land that will be praying for Igbo presidency as it stands now. No well-meaning Igbo person will be praying for Igbo presidency because it is not going to help anybody. It is not going to help anybody. It will impoverish the Igbos more. It will marginalize the Igbos more. It will make the Igbos suffer more. If you happen to get this Igbo presidency that some of those idiots, those politicians are clamoring for, you are going to get an Igbo presidency that is going to be loyal to the caliphate. An Igbo president that will not like to see any Igbo man with his eyes. An Igbo presidency that will not be supported by the Igbo people themselves. An Igbo presidency that will not have the interests of the Igbos at heart. That is the Igbo presidency they are pursuing. Pray and pray hard that there will never be anything called Igbo presidency in the country called Nigeria. The only thing that you should be praying for is the breakup of that contraction so that people will be free. Pray and pray hard. 2023 election is not going to set anybody free. It is going to push Nigeria deeper. It is going to push the indigenous people deeper into captivity. It doesn't matter whoever takes charge. What I'm saying, you can have said it already. That whoever takes charge, the caliphate will still continue to run the affairs of the country. It doesn't matter who takes charge. The caliphate will continue to take charge of the affairs of the country. A country where they have a falsified constitution. A falsified constitution that institutionalized injustice. And you expect to get justice through that. You can't get justice in anywhere through that. And that is why we don't believe in anything that is called political solution that is coming from the politicians. Any political solution coming from the politicians is not acceptable. We don't want that. More especially the politicians from the southeast part of Nigeria, or those people call themselves elites. Whatever political solution they are proposing, we don't care about. We don't want that. When the political solution will come, it is going to come from the right source, and they are going to call us for it. Not the Biafran people calling for it. The Janjaweed themselves will call for it, and it will happen. It will happen. The politicians we have in the Biafra land are the major problems we have. They are the people who are making sure that Biafra doesn't come, because they feel that when Biafra comes, they will become irrelevant. They feel that when Biafra comes, nobody is going to know them again. They feel that when Biafra comes, the money, the free money that is flowing into the account on a daily basis will not continue to flow. They know that when Biafra comes, that they will be held accountable for all their evil deed. They will be held accountable for every penny they earn. That is why they are not willing to support the breakup of Nigeria. These evil men are everywhere. They are in the southwest, they are in the southeast, and the south, and the north. They are everywhere. The people who are holding this British company, making sure that the British company continue to run. A British company established to serve the purpose of the Britain. They continue to make sure that that company continues to run. They are everywhere. They are from all tribes, from all religions. This is why every well-meaning person, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your location, it is time you wake up and fight for your life. This is a matter of life and death. When we are calling for the unconstitutional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you think the cry for freedom is just for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or for Biafrans. It is equally for everybody, every indigenous tribe. If Biafra is free, Ududua will be free, Middle Belt will be free, even the North will be free. That is why you have to stand up and wake up. All those of you who are deceiving yourself as activists in Nigeria, activists, yet you are working with a fraudulent constitution. Activists, yes, you are still supporting everything that has to do with injustice. Who are you deceiving? Who are you deceiving? You come to national television, you speak grammar from morning till night, offering nothing, no solution. But the only man who has come to bring a solution to the end of the suffering, end to the economic sabotage, end to the insecurity, end to the slavery in the country of Nigeria is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ask me how? Through self-determination and through referendum. Referendum, which will give self-determination to every group, every region, will be on their own. They can be able to manage their economy, they can be able to manage their security, they can be able to manage everything that has to do with them. and people will begin to reason well. And then people can have a country that they can be patriotic to. A country that can hit their chest and defend and say, yes, this is my country. As it stands now, there is no patriotic Nigerian. No, not even one. Even those ones who have benefited and are still benefiting from Nigeria, none of them is patriotic Nigerian. From Obasanjo, top to down, none of them is patriotic to Nigeria. They are all patriotic to themselves, serving their pockets. Every single one of them. Including their military. That is why you see when they give them the money to defend the country, they embezzle the money for themselves. What does that show you? There is no patriotism anyway. No single soul is patriotic in Nigeria, patriotic to Nigeria. Nobody. Nobody is patriotic to Nigeria. Nobody. Including the late Muhammad Buhari, he is not patriotic to Nigeria. That is why he doesn't care. Even as the country is destroying, even as the country, blood is flowing everywhere, he doesn't care about anybody. The only time we can have a nation where people can be patriotic is when you break up this contraption, break up this company, British company. Then people will now have a nation of their own. A nation they have established themselves, write a constitution that they can be able to defend and protect. That is when you begin to have a sane nation, a nation with security, a nation with progress and prosperity. But people don't care about this. Mainly the politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria. It is so sad. Politicians in the southeastern part of Nigeria, are so evil, so devilish that they don't care about their people. They don't care. They care about themselves. Look at them parading themselves as people who are going to stand for presidency. People who want to run for presidency of Nigeria, they are all fraudulent people. There are fraud cases against them. EFCC is after every one of them. EFCC is after every one of them. All of them have a fraud case on them. And yet, they want to be a president of a country. People who cannot win election, even in their own village. In their own village, they cannot win election in their own village. Let alone winning local government on a state. But they are going federal to contest. Because they know that in Nigeria, what works is selection, not election. That if the caliphate decide to select them, it doesn't matter whether you vote or you don't vote, that they're going to go through. That is why they don't care. I saw an interview that was granted to Ojus Okalu. You saw Ojus Okalu when they pointed out his fraud. When they pointed out about his fraud, pointed it out, he became angry. He wanted to fight on national television. On national television, when Shegu pointed out the fraudulent attitude of Ojus Okalu ran mad. He ran mad. He lost it in the national television, where the whole world is watching. Watch the video.
And what you said on the issues of corruption. This is one of those interviews. This one was way back in 2017. Take a listen to it.
At all. I boldly say it, and all intelligence agencies in the world advise President Obasanjo that I'm not a thief. I don't know why I went to EFCC. So I leave it for the judiciary.
That is one in 2017. You blame former President Obasanjo for your prosecution. This is another one in 2018. Take a listen to it. When you move into the APC, they believe that when you move into the APC, you suddenly become a saint. You're no longer a sinner or a fraudulent person.
No. I've never been one. It was President Obasanjo who made me to be one. And I've never been one. I went to Abia to serve my people with all amount of sincerity and purpose. Even the PDP, President Obasanjo run as president. You know that if it's a company, I myself and few others will own 90% of it. I gave them the first 500 million in 1998. And I gave him the first 100 million to stand as a candidate in 1998. So calling for those who came into power with 20,000 naira, who are having mansions today, who are having all kinds of things today, who are billionaires today, I mean, it's unacceptable.
That was also in 2018. If you blame former President Obasanjo for your travails, and it's now under the Buhari government that you were sent to jail, isn't that interesting? How do you explain that? The man you blame is gone as he's no longer president, but you were jailed under the APC, under the Buhari government.
presidential candidates and the same man I blame, let me tell you, Obasanjo wrote to Tony Blair. Tony Blair accepted me. He wrote to President Bush, and President Bush told him I wasn't corrupt. And I'm not corrupt. That is the truth. I paid for everything PDP did. If it's a company, I own 90% of the PDP. How can a man in 1998 who gave all those money will today be a thief? Is it possible? I was running the largest shipping company in sub-Saharan Africa. I run the largest banks in sub-Saharan Africa. I run the largest mining company in sub-Saharan Africa. How can I become thief suddenly? It's a planted thing. We should have a common sense. Stop being this thing. Have a common sense. Don't just be a journalist. Be a businessman like me. Be a money maker like me. You should have a common sense to know.
It's a common sense to ask you.
The problem is that these people don't want
Senator,
to be
it's a common sense to ask you a common question about how you are perceived.
No, you have not asked me a common question. You told me a common question that is in the court of competent
to the jail in the first place. But let me ask you this one straight away. You have said previously that you were rich before you became Abia State governor. But can you tell Nigerians tonight how much you were worth at the time? Give Nigerians some ideas of your source of wealth and why they should believe you that it wasn't from Abia State coffers that you got those monies. How much were you worth?
Shall we just play what I discussed with you? That in 1998, I said that I said that I gave money to the PDP as a party, and I gave money to President Obasanjo as a candidate. So will I be a poor man to be doing that in 1998?
How much were you worth?
Is it possible?
That's the question. I mean, it sounds like a common question, but it's a critical question.
I cannot tell you my net worth. I cannot tell you my net worth.
And I'm very sure that before you get into public office,
you can verify my net worth.
You have to declare your assets.
I've already in 2014
they may be able to have
told
an
you that I'm a billionaire in dollars.
Whether or not Abia State was part of the wealth that you presently have.
No, it cannot be. It's not possible.
That is somebody who wants to be a president. This is somebody who wants to be a president. He can't even control his stupidity. He can't even control his anger on a national television. Look at the outburst. Simply because he was asked, interrogated about his fraudulent act, his fraudulent life. He got angry. Why must he be mentioned? Because they want everything to be swept on the carpet. But he has forgotten that he's an Igbo man. They might not ask that question to a Northerner. They might not face a Northerner with such kind of question. They cannot face Buhari with that kind of question. But as long as you're for the southern part of Nigeria, mainly an Igbo man, they are going to touch every aspect of your life. They will call you out. Every aspect of your life will be called out. It doesn't matter. So long you're from the southern part of Nigeria, mainly Igbo people, and you want to contest for the post, they will touch every angle of your life. And that is how they remove them. Even when they know that these people are fraudulent, they are the people they will choose. Then hold their black book and begin to remove them and tell them what to do. This is why you must not pray for anything that has to do with the Igbo presidency. Cowards. Cowards. They are people coming forward. Look at Ojuso Kalu, a coward who cannot defend himself. The same thing with Rocha Sokorocha. In his own interview, after he went to go and beg from Buhari to allow him to contest, he came out. He was still begging EFCC to leave him alone to contest. Somebody who wants to run election. Instead of him to tell EFCC, bring every evidence you have before me. Bring it before me. If you know you're innocent, tell them to bring it. You are telling them to leave you alone to contest. What does that show you? Another evil man coming for contest election. Rocha Sokorocha. These are the people who are parading themselves as leaders in Igbo land, who are parading themselves as people who are going to bring you the Igbo presidency. Fraudulent people, criminals, who are not recognized in their zone. They're not recognized by their people. But the Janjaweed recognize them. Most of them born in the north. They are all born in the north. And they are the people they are going to use against us. You see why every Biafran has to wake up and begin to fight like never before. Fight like your life depends. This is a matter of life and death. Because these people want to keep us in perpetual slavery forever. They want to keep us in perpetual slavery. This is why you have to fight by all means possible. Fight, fight. To break up this contraption. That is the only way we can be free. It is not a joking matter. It is more serious than it was before. This is why you have to do everything possible to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. It is these politicians that are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released. They are making sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being made irrelevant. That is their plan. And I want to show you another video. When this Ojuso Kalu was asked about IPOB, he was being asked about IPOB. How are you going to settle the issue of Biafra? Yeah, see, Biafra IPOB. He couldn't respond. He was so scared to talk about the issue of IPOB. He was so scared to mention about IPOB. He said he has nothing to say. Of course, he has nothing to say because he is one of those who is perpetrating the evil, trying to demonize IPOB. He's one of those who try to demonize IPOB, who prescribe IPOB. He doesn't have any solution. The only solution he has is to tell them to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the cowards. These are the people who are coming. He was asked on the national television, what are you going to do to settle the issue of IPOB, the issue of Biafra? He has nothing to say. He said he has nothing. He's so scared to mention it. He's so scared to talk about it. Watch the video.
So much, everyone. Our concluding moments with the former governor of Abia State and the senator representing Abia North, the chief whip of the Senate, Senator Ojuso Kalu. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your time tonight. It's interesting that years ago, we've had this conversation about, and your thought on whether or not the Igbos deserve to have the presidency. And you've always maintained that in the politics of this country, they do deserve it. Well, let me ask you, if you were made president today, how would you handle the IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu matter?
Well, we are not yet there because the issue is before a court, and it will be improper for me to be discussing IPOB here now.
But, I mean, if you are presented with the opportunity or the option of a political solution or an out-of-court remedy or solution, would you take it?
Well, I don't know what you mean by out-of-court settlements. And I told you I'm not going to commit anything about that issue because it's before a court of competent jurisdiction. Sean, I don't want somebody to issue a court order for me to come here tomorrow to arrest me. I think I've gone for prison for 6 months. Allow me to rest as I'm resting. Or you want the judge tomorrow to issue a summons and say that I've committed an offense. Please give me this breathing space that I'm enjoying with Nigerian people and having time to go and campaign.
As a leader in the Southeast region, how do you hope that is best or the best ways to handle the issue of the agitations with IPOB or the agitation in the Southeast?
I told you I'm not going to discuss that issue. And I'm not going to discuss it because I'm involved. Because I'm involved. And I will not discuss it. I have done a lot of discussion with President Muhammad Buhari. I've done a lot of discussion with the parents of Nnamdi Kanu and his brothers. And you realize before, when it was also like that, I was a party to solving the problem. So now it's in the court. And you cannot allow Justice Binta Nyako to issue a summons to me tomorrow. I'm not going to allow you to drag me to that mess. I'm doing a background job to that.
I'm just trying to get your view on how best it is to resolve the matter. Well, let's move away from that since you're not comfortable.
And I'm telling you, I'm not going to discuss with that with you.
Let's go into the issue of
please.
your party internal affairs.
These are the cowards that you are praying should come and defend you in your one Nigeria. These are the people who are fighting to come and become a president in your one Nigeria. Is it Dave Umahi? Look at what Dave Umahi is doing with Ebubago. Look at what Dave Umahi is doing with Ebubago in Ebonyi State. Killing innocent people on a daily basis, destroying. Even the Senate, in the Senate, they are reporting him, they're applying in the Senate. The senators are applying in the Senate to disband Ebubago. Have you seen anybody putting the name of Omoteku for disbandment? Any senator in the Southwest calling Omoteku out for disbandment? Omoteku that have existed before Ebubago. Have you seen any senator in the North talking about disbanding Hisba? But Ebubago of yesterday, already, they have started conducting extrajudicial killing because it is the unknown gunmen that they transferred to Ebubago. They gave them uniform. The unknown gunmen are the people they gave uniform and legitimized them as Ebubago. Today, you can see the mayhem they are causing. You see the mayhem they are causing. Even using some members of IPOB to portray their evil in order to tarnish the image of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama disgrace every one of them. They will never succeed. It doesn't matter how they try. They will continue to fail. Continue to try. You will continue. It doesn't matter how many times they try. They will continue to fail. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will continue to rise and rise and rise again. He has always been vindicated. On the 16th, he will be vindicated again. They can adjourn the case 101 times. They can amend the charges 101 times. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will always be vindicated. And on 16th, you're going to see another vindication. For us Biafrans, let us continue on the civil disobedience that we're engaging in. Continue to engage on civil disobedience until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being released. Don't stop. Do not stop. Don't mind what anybody is telling you. Anybody that's talking down on you, do not mind them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must release unconditionally, whether they like it or not. And very soon. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama guide and protect everyone that have watched the video. Every hand that will share this video, Chukwu Okuka Abiyama will protect you and continue to lead you. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. Do not relent in your effort. Continue to stand. Continue to fight. Continue to fight. Do everything you can do to see that Biafra comes. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done a lot. He has done everything, including giving us a security. Including giving us a security before he was being kidnapped. Today, it is your duty and my duty to sponsor that security outfit to make sure that they carry out that duty. Thank God for our brother Simon Ekpa, who is superheading the whole movement and begin to call on people to donate to ESN, who is organizing fundraising on behalf of ESN through Umueri account. Remember, IPOB is not a company. Always put that at the back of your head. IPOB is not a company and cannot be run with a company account. If you are mentally okay, if your head is alright, if you're a Biafran and your head is alright, you should know that you don't have to put your money in a liability company. You should know that you don't have to pay money to IPOB through a liability company. Every money you have to pay that goes to IPOB, send it to Umueri account, which is a non-profit organization. A non-profit organization account. A non-profit organization that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have established, IPOB, their only account is Umueri account. Pay your money there to sponsor ESN. To make sure that that foundation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu led is continue to stand strong until he comes back and join us. We will never relent in our effort. It doesn't matter how they try. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra is here. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure every Biafran. Secure every Udua. Secure every indigenous people that are genuinely fighting for their freedom. We will all be free. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released unconditionally. Very, very soon. May Chukwu Okuka Abiyama protect him, secure him, guide him, protect him, give him more security, give him more revelation, and bring him back to us very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.
Oh, you do I fall. Oh, Mary, one in this Abakare, Mama, Nnamdi win the war. I thought that's one, I thought that's two. na Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Na Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi bu onye du aimo. O Mary wone nizu ngiro ya. Abakare Mamanda Ora. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi. Nnamdi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two. Now Python that's a three. Una Buri Mary Nnamdi.